Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Wednesday Wisdom with Spirit. I'm Jeanette Biro. I'm a medium and a cosmic channeler. And every Wednesday, I will tune into spirit through mediumship or channeling. I won't use cards on Wednesdays and see who's here. So I'm curious how today goes. Before we jump in, I do want to say I'm hosting Cosmic Consciousness tonight. And it's a really neat one with a beautiful meditation. It's very experiential for the participants, led by spirit, and it's about really this whole death and rebirth aspect of the solstice, because we have the solstice coming up, which is like the longest day of the year, but it's also representing the kind of peak of light and how that connects to death and the way that we understand death and how it really brings in renewal is the whole kind of journey that Spirit's taking us on. So if that feels like a draw to you and you want to sign up, you can sign up at avalonspirit.com under Cosmic Consciousness. And yeah, all right, I'm going to dive in and see who's here and we'll see what the message is. So just hold on one sec. Okay, this is so interesting. I would have thought this would come through tomorrow in the galactic one, because this is somewhat galactic. Well, it's galactic in origin, but truly transcends all things. So what Spirit showed me right away was actually the energy of what I call the cedars or the origins. Like they've kind of used both names with me. I guess more often now they call themselves the origins, but they are like way older than time. The reason why the word the cedars or the origin makes sense is because they basically helped in the creation of our solar system. Like so far, are you feeling that? I guess she's feeling it too. Maddie, it's okay. So feeling like there's this energy. Sorry, she threw me off a little bit. Okay. Okay. So the cedars and the origins, they are huge, impactful, energetic beings that came before the time of the Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki are very connected to the origins of humanity. So, like, so far back, okay? It's interesting they came through, and when they come through, they do have a very different energy. It's very big, and it's not as harmonious in our frequencies here as other guides and light beings, which is why I think she perked up there, because it's different. When they came through, what they showed me was this sort of white silhouette of sort of a person, a being, with their arm reaching through, and their arm was reaching through from where they are in their time and space all the way through our galaxy and our solar system to our planet Earth. So they have this beam of light, this light energy from them coming all the way to planet Earth to help to transform. They're saying the dichotomy of, see, Kate, this is the interesting thing. When they come through, they communicate in a completely different way. They usually have to like drop it down, and then my brain goes through and like figures out the code to understand it, right? So they're rearranging the frequential structure of Earth right now in terms of its connection to timelines and the ways in which things will play out. Because we're at such a critical juncture point right now, I think we could look at the news and see that that is very much the case in many different ways. They're having to adjust some things and some tweaks to keep these progressions within the sanctity of divine law, is what they're saying. And they're speaking of a divine law based on their principles, which are very different from the way we understand it. Again, this is communicating with something so far beyond what we're used to. They're saying, I get it. In order to make these adjustments, which they are making, we will notice more glitches, more Mandela effects, more pressure on our bodies. So you might feel more headaches, more fatigue, or like extreme energizing of your body. Everybody kind of takes that energy differently, but you might notice that this increase because of the effect. It's sort of like they're showing me it would almost be like, um, Stretch, was it Stretch Armstrong? I think it was when I was younger. This sort of like putty guy that is this guy made of putty and you could stretch him, right? It's sort of like that. So when you stretch him and he kind of goes like wonky in shape, these adjustments, these frequential adjustments will make our bodies feel like we're kind of like wonky. So we're going to have these very weird, almost like slight out of body experiences this next week, but for the positive. So they're saying not to get freaked out by some of the physical symptoms you may be having. Of course, if you're having any physical symptoms that are very concerning, always good to get it checked out. But if you get it checked out and there's still no explanation, a big play is this frequential adjustment, because it's basically how they're showing it to me is almost like they're adjusting, like this is to explain it. They're saying they're adjusting the tilt of the earth. So if we suddenly tilted the entire earth in a different way, that would massively shift everything. It would shift our poles, it would shift the climate. It would like, it's not that, but it's like that imagery with frequency. So your bodies are really going to feel it. Your body's going to feel really kind of weird and odd. Moments where time seems to really be moving in a different way than from how you're perceiving it. Premonition aspects, glitch aspects. Just reality is going to feel very shifty to you. And so they're saying, don't panic. Don't panic with this shiftiness. It's because they're coming in to help. They're coming in to help rectify some of the distortions right now. Because again, there's a huge safeguard, and it makes sense too when I come back to it. If you look at news media, nuclear threats are just being thrown all around right now, right? And the Galactics always said that they will intervene on the behalf of major nuclear threats because not only do they care about humanity, but they also care about the ripple effect that this distortion is happening on Earth, how it has a ripple effect through the entire universe. It really does. Like you can't have one planet totally explode or, have significant things happen to it energetically and have it not have a ripple effect. So that's why they're coming in, and they're coming in from a different source. It's a source that can't be tapped in with ease and grace. And it's also a source, very interesting, that cannot be tapped in with dark magic. That's very interesting because I was like, why are you guys coming though? Like I thought this is what the GFL was doing, the Galactic Federation, and they're like, because it can't be tapped into with dark magic. Very interesting. Not at all where I was thinking today's message would go. I'm just going to see if there's anything else here. Hold on. Okay, they're saying the best thing that you can do is rebalance your frequency as needed, doing the things that help you to rebalance your frequency, right? So whatever brings you into balance, being out in nature, all the things we talk about, right? Grounding, dance, movement, joy, happiness, baking, maybe whatever it is that seems to be your go-to thing, do those things right now. And don't take these weird experiences you'll be having. They're even showing me like for some dream state might feel so real that when you're in waking state, you're like, why does this feel so not real? And again, just these real deep questions of what is going on. It is them restructuring or renegotiating is the word they're using, renegotiating the frequencies. They're toggling it slightly different with purpose to override and help to bring more harmony to the distortions on our planet right now. Fascinating. Holy moly. Is that better for you now? Oh, yeah. She's asleep. All is well. All right. Well, I will leave that with all of you. Enjoy the energy and enjoy the insights that allow you to see through what's happening. There's a power in that. There's a huge power in that. So I leave that with you with the hope that it empowers you and helps you feel more calm and confident in moving through your daily lives and holding the frequency. So have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone. I hope to see you all tonight in Cosmic Consciousness. And if not, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.